Whether you're sitting across from a client, collaborating with another agent, or hashing something out with your escrow officer, ask instead of assume. It's easy to tell yourself a story in your head, but unless you ask, it's just that, a story. You're listening to the Real Estate Sessions, and I'm your host, Bill Risser. With nearly 25 years in the real estate business, I love to interview industry leaders, up-and-comers, and really anyone with a story to tell. It's the stories that led my guests to a career in the real estate world that drives me in my 10th year and over 400 episodes of the podcast. And now, I hope you enjoy the next journey. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 423 of the Real Estate Sessions podcast. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for telling a friend. I am solo again this week, and I'm really glad you're here today because I want to talk about something simple but powerful. It's the idea that we should ask questions and not assume. This is something I'm doing a lot in my role at Fidelity National Financial, and I thought I would share it with the audience. Now, I know it sounds obvious, right? But in real life, especially in real estate, we make assumptions all the time. We assume we know what a client is thinking. We assume a colleague is being difficult. We assume someone's upset or that we're being ignored or that something's personal. And most of the time, we're off the mark. There's a quote I love from Miguel Ruiz, author of The Four Agreements. He said, "Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want." And man, that one hits. Asking questions takes courage. It takes humility. It's a way of saying, hey, I might not have all the answers, and that's okay. Now, if you've ever watched Ted Lasso, and honestly, if you haven't, go fix that. There's a brilliant moment where Ted is playing darts with Rupert, who's Rebecca's ex. Ted tells a story about how he was underestimated his whole life and how that used to bother him. Then he drops this line that just lands. Be curious, not judgmental. It's a quote often attributed to Walt Whitman, though there's some debate on that. But what matters is the truth behind it. Ted explains that all those people who judged him never asked questions. They assumed he was a joke. They never wondered what made him tick, what he cared about, or what he was good at. That's the heart of what we're talking about here. In this business, and really in life, judgment often comes from assumptions. Curiosity, on the other hand, comes from questions, and questions lead to connection, understanding, trust. Stephen Covey nailed it when he said, "Seek first to understand, then to be understood." And that's what asking questions is all about. It's saying, I care enough not to guess. I want to know. Whether you're sitting across from a client, collaborating with another agent, or hashing something out with your escrow officer, ask instead of assume. It's easy to tell yourself a story in your head, but unless you ask, it's just that, a story. Anne Lamott has a line that I really like. You can safely assume you've created God in your own image when it turns out that God hates all the same people you do. It's funny, but it's a reminder that our assumptions usually reflect us, not reality. So here's a challenge I'm throwing out to you this week. Channel your inner Ted Lasso. Be curious, not judgmental. Ask your clients what they're really worried about. Ask your partner how they're feeling. Ask your team what they need from you, because asking builds bridges. Assuming builds walls. Or as Henry Winkler once said, assumptions are the termites of relationships. Thanks for letting me have this short time with you to share my thoughts on this whole idea of asking questions, don't assume, or even if you want to call it, be curious, not judgmental. It's just, I think it's a powerful tool in our lives and also in what we all do for a living. So just go out there and keep asking the right questions, and I hope you'll be back here next week. Cheers.